We have been taught from an early age to conserve on energy by turning off lights and appliances when not in use, and to even avoid opening the refrigerator too often. And that's still not enough. With the inconsistency in the price of oil, which affects the cost of electricity, more and more conservation measures are being promoted, like the use of solar panels and LED lights.
LEDs, light emitting diodes. It used to be used for panels for signal on amplifiers and VCRs and all. But recently, for about 5 years or so, it has been used widely for lighting purpose.
This is due mainly to the cost effectiveness of the energy generated by LEDs. And when compared with the regular incandescent bulbs found in most homes, LED lights, according to the experts, have a lower energy consumption rate and last longer. This means high demand for light-emitting diode illumination outlets. So it's no wonder Jamaica is now training students who are enrolled in the Career Advancement Program CAP to manufacture and assemble these lights. This is being carried out by the Caribbean Maritime Institute, CMI, exposing the budding entrepreneurs to the skills and knowledge of the craft.
Anything that is new, anything that is for the future, we want our students to have first-hand experience. We want our students to be able to not only build, but also to know how to do so that when they leave it, they can create jobs.
Any good LED lighting system has 3 basic requirements to make it efficient.
From the outset, the students here are aware that it's not just about assembling the lights. They have to know and understand how each part, when put together correctly, will give us the desired light. These 3 requirements are the driver or power supply, the optics, which are the actual LEDs, and the heat sink, a heat-controlled thermal supply. Putting together a LED light requires careful planning. This means that both the design and the distribution of light, or the area you want to light up, must be taken into consideration. That way, you can determine how many of these tiny 1-watt LEDs or optics are to be used. Then, you may want to look at your driver.
People will say it's a power supply, but it's a bit more than that. Your driver will determine how reliable and how well designed your solution is.
In other words, based on the amount of power that is required to light the bulbs, the driver or the power supply will regulate the voltage that flows through your circuit or indicate where there is a problem. Not to be left out is the all-important heatsink. This heat thermal must be carefully designed so that hot air, which is produced from the light, is able to escape. If this is not done, the unit will not work properly.
Many people have bypassed this part and units run hot, and instead of lasting as long as they should, you have now cut the life maybe sometimes by 50%. An LED properly designed should last for at least 50,000 hours.
With all the elements in place, students go on to outfitting strips like this one with LEDs to create a multiple miniature unit. This allows for even distribution of lights. The LEDs, which are not locally manufactured, are tested at the same time they are being installed. After this, the strip is then wired to the heatsink, connected to the power supply, and retested for overall working capacity. If all this is approved, it's then covered with a lamp and ready for use and distribution.
One of the objectives is to ensure that we get quality output and that it's competitive for the market. We're looking to increase the scale, improve the quality, the sustainability of it, and the viability of it.
The training forms part of a partnership between the Caribbean Maritime Institute and Solar and Fire Protection Services, a company already in the business of producing LED lights.
The company has been doing a lot of research over the years with LEDs and always yearned for the time when we could collaborate with a university that have proper research facilities.
Part of the partnership that excites us is that our students will have the opportunity to work with this industry on campus here to manufacture parts of the LED light. So our students have the opportunity to be involved in something that is the way forward.
The assembling of LED lights is an added component to the CMI's business development solution, and students are also trained in the maintenance and repairing of LED lights.
It means that CMI will be impacting the nation's energy bill in a significant way. We also be keeping the skills in Jamaica, so these Jamaican youngsters who are being taught at CMI to be part of the production cell will leave with skills that they can use elsewhere.
And we expect that this will spread, that when they leave here, they will form companies that will multiply, and that in the next 5 years, all LED lights will be manufactured locally. That will boost the country's economy, that will reduce our dependency on oil, and that will reduce our debt.
These sentiments are shared by the government as it enforces measures to mitigate the country's high energy cost.